Hey y'all, it's Tarsha, and you've reached Healing with Tarsha. The topic of the day is really heavy. However, this is my transparent moment. I'm going to be transparent, and I think I'm going to name this particular video. Let's see, because it's about self-love. How much do you really love yourself? What does she mean by that? I love myself. What does she mean? I love myself. You know what? I used to think the same thing. If somebody had asked me, I'd been like, what are you talking about? Of course I love myself. Who don't love themselves? Well, there's a lot of people out here that don't truly, really love themselves. The reason I say that is I'm going to only speak on me. I can't speak on everybody else, but I'm hoping that my, what is that? Sorry. I'm hoping that my story, or I'm hoping that what I went through or what I'm going through right now will help someone else realize what they may be going through and what they need to reevaluate in their lives or their life. So I realized it probably was about a year or so ago, but it really, really hit me probably about a year or so ago when I realized that I was not putting myself first. I have not really ever put myself first. It's always been about everybody else. It's always been about my kids. It's always been about my jobs. It's always been about the business. It's always been about my husband. Um, then I literally had um it wasn't even one breakdown moment. It was several breakdown moments. Let's just be honest, because I said I was being transparent. So let's just be honest. It was several breakdown moments when I realized that I have never really put myself first. I've never really been selfish. I'm always like, well, once you become an adult, you start having kids, you can't be selfish. You can't be out here, doing whatever you want or handling stuff however you want to handle it and running around. Because you gave up that responsibility. You gave up that right to be able to do those things when you started having kids and when you decided that you wanted to marry somebody and be in a relationship. However, I've come to realize that you don't have to give up those things. You can still have fun and have friends and have girlfriends and go on girl trips um and buy that car that you want, or you know do anything that you might want to do, as long as you can do it and within your means, and you're not like putting yourself outdoors or not paying your rent or mortgage or losing your car, anything like that. If you're able to do it, then why not be selfish in that moment and give yourself some self-love? um and I realized I have not done that, and I've been here for 40 years, and I've never really been selfish and never really put myself first. And that's all a part of my healing. I'm going to put me first, because I realized that I was so broken and I was so torn down and I was so resentful and hurt um, by the fact that I put everybody and everything before me, and I wasn't taking care of my needs and my wants. Um, and I wasn't even developing relationships with anybody, because I was like, that ain't what I want. All that matters is me taking care of my kids and me taking care of my husband. But in actuality, um, it did matter, and it matters now. And I'm not saying I'm gonna go out here and start making fucking 10 and 15, relationships with all these random people. That still ain't me. You'll still People will still never get that close to me where they'll know me on all of my levels. Um, However, I do have some people that I may get a little closer to and may just start developing um, a friendship with, who I think are really real and true. And I think that they can also learn something from me and I learn something from them, and we each add value to each other. Because if you're in friendships and relationships where you don't really add value to each other, then that's not really true reciprocal friendship or relationship. So this video is really for everyone to take a look, evaluate your life, evaluate the people that are around you, and really sit down and see whether or not you're getting what you need out of your life and out of your relationships, whether it be with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, your friends, your family. Reevaluate all those relationships and make sure that it's reciprocal, and make sure that not only are they getting something from you, but you're also getting something from them, and that it's really true, and that it's really out of love. Because, I mean, ultimately, the main thing that made me realize that I wasn't even loving myself was the relationship with my dad, or lack thereof a relationship with him, because it's really one-sided, and I no longer want to put into relationships that I feel are one-sided. And then also my relationship with my spouse, I realized that I gave everything, and when I say everything, I mean I gave everything away, and there really wasn't that much being put back into me. So like, I was giving it away, but nothing was being given back at the same exact rate or percentage. Like, you need to be balanced. You can't just be giving it out to everybody and people are not giving it back to you. It's gonna leave you short. It's gonna leave you resentful. It's gonna leave you hurt, and it's gonna leave you broke and tore down. So I've spent this last year and a half building myself back up and pulling myself out of a really bad space. And if anybody had been close enough to me, they probably would have recognized it and seen. But also, I'm a Cancer. I like to go in my shell. So when I go in shutdown mode, nobody's really gonna see it. But it's in those shutdown modes, and that me going into a shell, where I really can sit and think, and either I sit in it or I pull myself back out of it. I decided this time I was going to pull myself out of it, and I was going to make some fucking changes. And I'm loving the changes that I've made, and I'm loving the fact that I am putting myself first, and I'm loving the fact that I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to do, as long as it's not at the detriment of me or my kids. But I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to do that makes me happy, truly, every day. It's just waking up being happy, and waking up being at peace, and also just waking up knowing that I love myself. I truly love myself, and I truly wake up every morning putting myself first, and I'll do it every day, all day. And until you wake up and realize that those around you are not giving you what you need, or are not meeting you where you're meeting them, then you're still going to be in a certain place, or you're still going to be kind of where I was, where you're still waiting on somebody to meet you at your level or give you what you're giving them. And it's not always going to happen that way. And I'm not telling you need to get rid of those people, but you do need to have a conversation. You need to have a conversation. You need to talk about it. And as I said in a previous video, sometimes you can't keep giving time and giving more time and giving more time, and especially giving time to those who really don't give a flip about, the ultimatum that you're giving them, or they don't give a flip about what you're saying, because in that moment they're being selfish and they're only thinking of themselves. And that's what you need to do, is be selfish and only think about you and your happiness. And if you're waking up every morning and you don't truly know whether or not you're happy, and whether or not you're okay with everything that's in your life and everything that you have going on, then that's that, my dear, or if there's a man watching, that is not self-love. You cannot be going around here thinking that you're taking care of your family and taking care of your kids when in the back of your mind, you're not even truly taking care of yourself. If you're not 100% whole, and I don't know if we really are, but if you're 100% into yourself and having self-love for yourself, then you're not going to allow all that other bull crap and BS to happen around you and think, oh, I'm just going to ignore it because whatever. No, you can't ignore that stuff, because what happens is you ignore it. You bury it down deep, and then you create emotional traumas that you're burying down deep. And then you're thinking that it's not going to come back up. Well, we're looking at 40 years of burying down freaking emotional trauma. And all of that crap is surfacing. And it's been surfacing. And it's starting to surface back up now. And I realized that every time that crap surface up, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to look at it, figure out why it's there, figure out why I suppressed it, and then we're going to get rid of that shit. Stop holding on to these emotional traumas. They create more problems, and they also create physical problems within your body. Stop holding on to stuff that does not serve you. It doesn't serve you in any type of way, holding on to trauma. And you think, oh, I forgot about it, or I just suppressed it. Oh, you suppressed it so that when you finally think, oh, I'm out the woodworks, all of those traumas that you suppressed are going to come back up, and they're going to resurface, and they might all come back up at the same damn time. And that's when you have a huge blow up or either a huge breakdown. So my next video will be on emotional traumas and how we can heal the inner child emotional traumas that happened while we were kids, and then also the emotional traumas that we go through our teens, through our adulthood, and then the things that we're still holding on to. And then I'm going to help you, and we're going to help each other work through those traumas and issues, because I'm still working, I'm still healing, I'm new to this journey of trying to figure out who I am, what my purpose is, and I just want to help everybody else see that we all should not be living on this earth or living the way that we are. And if we truly are living and not living our life to the fullest, like YOLO, you only have one life, you literally only live once. And you only got one life in this particular lifetime. So why not live it to the best of your abilities, and why not live it the way that you want to live it, as your true self? I am going to start living life as my true self. Period. I don't care who like it or who don't damn like it. But I tell you what, you're going to see a different Tarsha. And all I want is everybody else to realize that there is definitely a different you out there, and a different you within you. All you have to do is look at yourself, evaluate, and bring that person out. Okay? It will make you feel a whole lot better. And if the people around you are not okay with you bringing that person out, they're not okay with you living in your truth, they're not okay with you making changes, then those are not the people that should be in your life. Period. They either gonna change with you and be okay with it, or those are the people that you need to take a look at and figure out, really, are they there for your best interest? And are they really there for you, or are they there for themselves? Okay? So I hope that this resonated with, I don't even care if it resonated with just one person. Then I have succeeded and I have done my job, because I literally said that I started this channel to touch people one by one until I've touched as many people as I can. I might not touch everybody in the world, but YouTube is all over the world, so I know I'm going to touch probably more than one person today, or in the next day, or over the next week, or the month, or the years, because the videos will always be there and they'll never go anywhere. So I know that I'm going to touch somebody, and I'm going to make somebody just reevaluate, look at their lives, and make sure that they're living it for them, and make sure that they're experiencing this self-love that I'm experiencing. And I have to say, for the first time in my life, I am having the best time forever realizing who I am, what my purpose is in life, and why am I here this time. And I'm going to make sure I fulfill what I'm supposed to fulfill this time. Okay? So, you've reached Healing with Tarsha, and this thing was deep. It made me drop a little tear, but that's all right. I got through it. Y'all didn't have me all bawling and tears running down my eyes, messing up my cute little bit of makeup I did today. But we head on into work. We're gonna make this money, and then I'll be with y'all again later on the next video. Have a good day.